I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. No matter where you are in the world, I'm sending you so much love and blessings today. Hello, everyone. My name is Inga, and I am the CEO and founder of We Got This Admin. I'm an executive administrative consultant and business coach. And today is episode 4 of my first season of Inspiration from Inga. It is my honor and privilege to be broadcasting to you live from Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. If you are joining this stream live, please drop me a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me have a look. Hello, my friend, Osama. Osama is here and he says, the legend herself, Inga. Well, I'm not as much of a legend as you are, Osama, but I'm so happy that you are tuning in today. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here. He says, how you doing? I'm well, thank you. How are you? Let me know. I'll wait for your reply. And then he says, woot woot. I know that there may not be many people tuned in today, but that's okay. I'm still here. I'm showing up, and I'm here for all of you. So, I've been speaking about the power of networking. And if you know a little bit about my story, you will know that I am a great fan of networking. I see Darko is here. Darko, he's tuning in from Croatia. Hello, Darko. Thank you for being here. Someone says, hi, Auntie. Let me know who is tuning in, please. Your name and where you're tuning in from, please. And Usama says, all is well and energized. Amazing. Usama says, we got your back. Thank you, Usama. I got you right back. Gail Robertson is tuning in from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, but globally connected. Yes, we are globally connected. One thing that I believe is that no man is an island, and we are all connected to each other. So yes, Gail, absolutely. Oh, Raven. Hello, Raven. Thank you for tuning in from South Africa. Nasreen. Yes, I can see you, Nasreen. Hello, Nasreen. Thank you for joining. I can see you. It says Nasreen Adam. Isn't that awesome? And then Usama says he's tuning in from the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Amazing. I'm so happy and privileged to have you all joining here with me today. I see, Usama's greeting Nasreen. I love it when you guys network in the comments. This is what networking is all about. It's just connecting one with the other. And Usama says, hello, Gail Robertson. And Nasreen says, greetings from Durban, South Africa. Thank you, Nasreen, for tuning in. And thank you, Usama, Darko, Raven, and Gail. She says she's doing a dance of joy right now because Nasreen was showing up as LinkedIn user before. So now we see who she is and we can tell that it's her. So welcome everyone, and thank you for joining in today. I wanted to talk a little bit and be a bit more free in terms of my content today, and so I will not be having a guest. It is just me here tuning in and talking to you a little bit about networking. Um, Usama's tagging some people. Uh, Hopefully they can join, but that's fine. Hi, Elizabeth and Aya. If you can see this and if you're here, welcome. Nasreen is greeting Usama in the comments, and Usama says, "Let's get the party started." Well, uh, if anybody doesn't know Usama, you should. So go ahead and add him and connect with him. He is an awesome connection. And as well as Nasreen and Gail and Darko, you are all awesome connections on LinkedIn, and I appreciate you so, so much. Um, so I had previously spoken about my story and, the reason why I'm actually here today. But if you hadn't tuned into that episode, let me tell you a little bit. Um, I, huh, I don't even know where to start, actually. It's so crazy. Well, I went to university for IT and industrial sociology, but my career found me because of my love for people. And if you don't know this yet, I love people. I really, truly have. Uh, just a love and an appreciation for those that are around me in my circle. And so my career actually found me. I became an executive assistant though, because of my love for people. And I did that for almost 20 years within the corporate world. In 2018, due to corporate restructuring, I lost my job. And prior to that, I really wanted to become an entrepreneur. But I was so afraid of failing because to me, that's not what success looked like. My parents were both part of the corporate world. My father was in education and my mom was an accountant. So I didn't have that um, example in my life, should I say. So, in any case, to me, even though I wanted to be part of the entrepreneurial world, I was so deathly afraid because I thought that I would not be able to succeed. And a friend of mine that I happened to speak to in June of last year asked what I was doing. And when I told her that I would love to be able to start my own business, but I was afraid, she actually said something it caused me to have quite an epiphany. She said, well, if you fail, you can always go back to the corporate world. And that was so crazy to me because I'd never thought about it like that. I always thought, we think that failure is ultimate. But what we don't realize is that from a young age, we're actually building up our resilience. As babies, we fall, but we get up. We fall again, and we get up again. But as we grow older, we get to the point of really, truly being afraid of being confronted by that failure. Let me just go back to the comments so that I can acknowledge who else has joined. Usama says, we appreciate and love you. Oh, I love you too. I love you right back, Usama. Elizabeth says, good morning. Good morning, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here. Um, she says, hi, Inga and Usama. Usama says, Elizabeth Ndungu in the building. Carmen, good morning. Thank you for being here. Carmen, if you don't know, Carmen is one of the people that I met as a result of me changing the way that I use LinkedIn. And I met her on this platform, and she's become an integral part of my life, actually. Osama says, hello, Carmen. And Chrislyn Skippers says, hi. Can you, if you haven't already, could you please drop me a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from? Please let me know. In any case, when my friend and I had this, uh, I should say, it was a catalytic conversation. When we had this conversation, it really inspired me to start, looking towards going into the entrepreneurial world. And she introduced me to somebody who walked me through the steps, who basically coached me into entrepreneurship. And at the end of July, I registered my business. And 2 weeks later, I started working with my first client. So something that I was afraid of, I was able to look at and do eventually. And then as a result of me working and, using LinkedIn just a little bit to see what kind of work is out there, I got to the point where at the beginning of this year, I said, you know what? I really need to change the way that I use LinkedIn. And so on February 1st, I changed what I do. And what I did was actually, instead of just going on to LinkedIn and consuming content, I decided to become a content creator. And so on February 1st, I started, and up to this day, I haven't stopped. Every single day, I create content that I share with my network. So on February 1st, I said I started, right? And then on the 4th of February, I saw a post from my first live guest, and his name is Robert Johnson. So when I saw this post on Robert's within my feed, what it said was, if you would like to grow on this platform, please reach out to me. And Robert gave me 3 tips. Those 3 tips were, if you see a post in your LinkedIn feed that has a lot of comments, go and add your own, but make sure that it is of value. The second tip he said to do was, look at other people's LinkedIn, look at the comments within that post. And if something resonates with you, like it. Because what that will do is it will make somebody interested in who you are and then request to connect with you. And the third thing he said was, share content every day and be consistent. Those are the 3 things. And I'm telling you, in all honesty, there were many times when I thought, oh my word, this is so overwhelming. It's so much. Do I really want to do this? And I will say that after 2 weeks of doing the first 2 tips, following those, I couldn't anymore, because I had gotten a new phone and I was doing it so much that my new phone was overheating. And I was getting so many connection requests that I couldn't keep up. So I stopped doing that, but I still continue to share my content, and I connect with those people who resonate with me. So let me go back to the comments and have a look at what everyone is saying. Osama is saying fire. Thank you. Pearls of wisdom. Gail says hello. Nasreen says you inspire me. Nasreen, you inspire me. Good morning, Brian Goffenberg, and thank you for tuning in from Toronto. Brian Goffenberg and I are part of a networking group, actually. And here we go. Joanne Farmer is. Hello, Joanne. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm not certain if Joanne is tuning in from the Philippines. Thank you for being here. Kristen says she's tuning in all the way from South Africa. I have a LinkedIn user. I'm not even certain. I should look to see who it is. Um, oh, it's maybe Denrich. Hello, Denrich Sananda. Thank you for joining. Denrich, Brian, Gail, and I were all part of the same networking group. And so is Robert Johnson, who was my first live guest. Somebody else, LinkedIn user says, hey, Usama again. I guess it's Denrich. And Nasreen says, Usama, you rock. Nasreen, you knew I would laugh. I'm sure of that. Nasreen said this to me the other day, and I actually told her that I haven't heard that phrase in such a long time. Please excuse the noise. I live in Toronto. So, as a result of me, getting really connected with Robert Johnson and changing the way that I use LinkedIn, he then introduced me to someone who has a networking group. This person's name is Sam Gupta, and Sam's group is phenomenal. And it's the same networking group that I'm speaking of when I refer to Brian, Denrich, Gail, even Robert. All of us are part of this networking group. So, what I want to say is, you know that no man is an island. We are all part of the community that we have around us. One of the quotes that I came across with regards to that says that we are the sum of the five people that are closest to us in our circle. And that is so true because when I look at different people that I'm connected with, I actually I see so much that I admire about them. And I know that I want to emulate them. Take, for example, Carmen Murphy, was here in the comments. I'm not certain that she's here because I know that on a Friday she's pretty busy. But Carmen Murphy is part of my network, and she invited me to do a feature post once, actually, quite a few months ago. And I was taken aback that someone would want to feature me within their content. What that actually taught me is that we as people, we're not alone. We're never alone. We have people that are walking alongside us that we can hold their hands and walk with them. And, after she did my post, I actually asked her why she does that. And her answer was so telling to me because what she said was, she does it because she loves her network and she loves the people that are part of it. And so, as a result of what she said, I was inspired and so started doing my own feature posts. Like I told you, we emulate those that are around us. And this was one of those instances where I was able to look at what she does, admire it, and emulate it as well. So, something that we don't talk about when we speak about networking is the comparison trap. When we have a window into somebody else's life, we often look at it and compare it to our own. But this isn't fair to us or them. Because really, truly, what you're seeing when you look at somebody's content is really the highlights of their life, right? It is not the full story. You really never know what is going on inside somebody's mind or behind their eyeballs, like I say. So it's not that easy. It's easier to think it than to see it. And although this is something that is negative, it is something that happens naturally. You know, there are so many um, there are so many things, negative impacts of comparison, comparing yourself to others. They are so let me tell you a little bit about that. So there are a few that I've seen time and time again, and I'll just name three. Negative and anxious thoughts that are hard to come out of transpire as a result of comparing yourself to others. It's also known as rumination. Comparing yourself to others also leads to higher rates of anxiety and depression. It also can cause you to overspend in an effort to keep up with the Joneses. Study after study has shown that people feel worse about themselves after spending time on social media. And all that negativity is really taking its toll on our mental health and our bank accounts. Keeping up with the Joneses is a phrase that I've heard so many times in my life, including from when I was a little girl. And that's because it's an age old adage, really. And but one thing that people don't realize is that it can cause financial distress. So I'm here to tell you, yes, social media is an amazing avenue to walk down. And you can glean so much from networking with others. But you need to know that you are you. You are one person and you need to be authentic. You don't need to emulate everything or compare yourself and covet what others have, right? Let me go back to the comments and see what people are saying. Elizabeth says, that's true, we compare a lot. Yes, unfortunately, you know, that's a natural thing to do. And it's something that your brain actually does without you even being aware of it. So, yes, that's normal. We do compare a lot, but what we need to do is look at what somebody has, admire it, maybe strive for it, but don't feel less because you don't have that. Because you cannot compare someone else's life to your own. Elizabeth says the grass is always greener. Yes, the grass is always greener on the other side until you get there. And then you see the other side that you came from. Elizabeth says, so true. And Nasreen says, be authentically you. Exactly. Be authentic. Be yourself. Stop comparing yourself to others. It doesn't serve you. So, in conclusion, I'd like to say yes, networking has a lot of amazing benefits. Unfortunately, because of networking, we also tend to have a window to other people's lives. So we need to be aware of this comparison trap and backpedal out of it. So if you missed my initial show, you may have missed the fact that In a few days, oh my gosh, in a few days, in less than 2 weeks, I will be turning 40. So that is on September 30th. And um, as part of my 40th birthday celebrations, I would love to invite all of you to help me celebrate by doing one or both of two things. I am part of a nonprofit organization, and we will be putting on an event um, over the weekend of February 5th or 6th in 2022. This event will take place in Cape Town, South Africa, and it is to address period poverty. If you don't know what period poverty is, please Google it. It is something that reaches every corner of this world that we live in. Unfortunately, there are many people who have to make a decision between their next meal for their family or purchasing feminine hygiene products for their daughter. And as a result, many girls actually miss out on school because they're too embarrassed or they cannot afford anything, so they can't really move around a lot. And they use alternative products like newspaper, toilet paper, socks, because they can't afford those products. So our event is geared towards providing some reusable products that will last them for about 5 years, because they'll be able to wash and reuse them. And so our event will be addressing this need, but we also, my vision also is that I would like to uh, so just to backtrack a little bit, this is my brainchild. It came as a result of me knowing that I wanted to travel back home to South Africa. And what was so heartwarming to me is I brought my vision to the team at H2HB, or Heart to Heart Business, which is the nonprofit organization that I'm part of. And they fully embraced it and got behind it, to the point where when this happened, I actually cried. I was so touched by their warmth and embracing that. So in any case, the event that we're looking to put on will address period poverty. We want to bring a nurse to help them, to teach them about feminine hygiene. We want to bring a doctor who will speak and teach about feminine issues. We also would like to be able to give them a three-course meal, because many of those girls and women have never had something like that. They've never experienced something like that. And my other hope is that we'll be able to give them a food parcel to take home to share with their families. So, for my birthday, which is on September 30th, I am asking you to help me celebrate. There are two ways that you can do that. The first is to either donate 40 minutes of your time to do something good for someone else, or $40 towards this event that we're putting on. Remember, in my introduction, there's a word. This word is Ubuntu, and it's not very well known in the Western world. Ubuntu is an ancient African word, and it means humanity to others. It is often described as reminding us that I am what I am because of who we all are. And it is so true. Like I highlighted for you earlier, we are the sum of the people around us. So Ubuntu rings true, and it is something that is part of who I am as a person. So, once again, for my birthday, please take part in my 40 for Inga challenge. Help me celebrate by donating 40 minutes of your time and doing something good for someone else, or donating $40 toward my cause. If you'd like some more information, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. And for those who would like to participate via social media and would like to create a post about it, please use this hashtag 40 for Inga. Thank you so much for joining in, for being here. I appreciate you. If you'd like to donate, this is the website that you can donate on. And please, once again, get in touch with me if you would like to hear more about this campaign that I'm doing. And please connect with me on Instagram. I am We Got This Admin. On LinkedIn, Inge Van Roy. Twitter, Ingy V, as well as on Clubhouse. And on YouTube, my channel is Inspiration from Inga. Also, I launched my podcast last week, and you can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. It is Inspiration from Inga. Before I go, let me check back with all of you and see what you're saying. Oh gosh, there's so many comments, but I'll just Nasreen says the grass is always greener unless you get there in the fall. That is true. And she says, happy pre-birthday, sis. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Elizabeth says, woohoo! And Usama is also cheering. Thank you, guys. Nasreen, Usama says, Nasreen, you are amazing. Elizabeth says, period poverty sucks. I'm so happy that you'll be doing this. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate you. Usama says, I rock. Thank you, Usama. I learned it from you. Elizabeth says, go heart to heart business. Nasreen says, H2HB rocks. Usama is cheering fast too. Nasreen says, bless you, sis. Bless you, sis. Elizabeth says, yes, Usama, Inga rocks. Elizabeth says, I'm loving this and learning. Oh, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. And that is why I do this. If you watch my intro video, you will know that the first video that I ever created, I told you I hate videos. And I really do. It's not part of it's part of what I do. It's not part of who I am. I prefer to meet people face to face. But the pandemic has forced us to change the way we do things, and that's okay. Nasreen says, I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Usama says, thank you so much for the wonderful live stream. You are a blessing to all mankind. Oh, wow, Usama. That is so generous of you and so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for tuning in. It has been my privilege and honor to show up here and serve you today. And with that, thank you for watching. Just for kicks, I'll play you my video again. Take care and have yourselves a blessed day. See you next week, Friday. Bye now. I hate videos. Now you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here?